There are major differences between being a blogger, a content creator, that is a TikToker or a solo YouTuber, and owning a TV or radio station, or running a newsroom that is associated with a major brand. To get your TV or radio station running, you need an endorsement from the government via license, of which it will be issued to you after you've pledged an allegiance to promote the country using your channel, as well as reject any form of propaganda that will emanate from your channel, for as long as you meet the criteria. There are many TV stations in Ghana, and I appreciate the hard work a lot of them do put into the content that they show us or that they publish. I personally love the contents of Bella Mundi and Nanaba in TV3. I enjoy the United Showbiz being hosted by our very own beautiful Nanama McBrown. And in Citi TV, we have notable personalities like Bernard Avle whenever he's hosting the breakfast show, Frema Adonyame, Apioko, Kweku David, AJ Sapong, Omar Sanda, Jessica Opare Saforo when she was there. You see, there are notable personalities in Citi, and these people work hard to ensure that the content that you consume are genuine and they have quality. This is why it is surprising that on the 3rd of October 2023, precisely last month, an article was published on the page of Citi News Rm CNR. This article specifically highlighted and is propagating an old fake news about Nigeria. I will read thus. During a public lecture in 2022, Lamido Sanusi, former governor, Nigerian Central Bank, revealed that over 70,000 Nigerians were studying in Ghana. And this article quoted, although there are no comprehensive data on the number of Nigerian students abroad, recent data have shown that there are about 71,000 Nigerian students in Ghana paying about $1 billion annually as tuition and upkeep, as against the annual budget of $751 million for all federal universities. In other words, the money spent by Nigerian students studying in Ghana with a better organized system is more than the annual budget of all federal universities in the country, Sanusi said. This is the article quoting what Sanusi allegedly said. Now, this is a fake news, this old, and a propaganda. To explain this further, let us go back to 2011. On the 29th of October 2011, during the 80th birthday of a Nigerian well-known professor, Professor Baike David Adamu, which took place at the banquet hall of Arewa House in Kaduna. This birthday celebration saw through the creme de la creme of the society, like General Yakubu Gowon and Professor Jerry Ghana, also the Kano Prince and the CBN Governor, Malam Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, delivered a lecture that raised major issues in the management of public resources and the funding and the quality of education in Nigeria. The discussion that day centered mostly on the religious differences or issues and concerns going on as at that time. Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, in his essay that he wrote to honor Professor Adamu, according to what Vanguard said then, talked about the education system. And he expressed his concern about the federal government's decision to build extra 9 new federal universities when they should pump the money to the existing universities, expressing his concern that 70% of the government revenue is being spent paying salaries. And this story was published by Vanguard on the 30th of October 2011. Vanguard is one of the major newspaper publication outlets in Nigeria, and they always report mostly authentic news, and they always report quality and authentic content because they are always present in national events. The outcome of this event was also published by other well-known publishing companies in Nigeria as well as Naira Land, and they all published the same thing. However, that same day, another storyline entirely sprouted from Ghanaweb. Ghanaweb, known as the Ghana homepage, is a Ghanaian portal that shares entertainment, opinions, business, sports, and general information about Ghana. And this Ghanaweb published another storyline. They started from the essay presentation and then they added their own. They said, and I read those. Speaking at a book presentation in Kaduna during the celebration of the 80th birthday of Professor Adamu Baike yesterday, the CBN governor said that the time has come when Nigeria needs to take difficult steps of overhauling political structures. He included Ghana, South Africa, and other parts of the world. Then they quoted as saying, although there are no comprehensive data on the number of Nigerian students abroad, recent data have shown that there are about 71,000 Nigerian students in Ghana paying about 155 billion naira annually on tuition fees, as against the annual budget of 121 billion naira for all federal universities. In other words, the money spent by Nigerian students studying in Ghana with a better organized system is more than the annual budget etc. This as the same. In 2011, it triggered a heavy conversation and there were back and forth clashes between Nigeria and Ghana, and these two parties debunked the rumor. The Nigerian side said it was false and the Ghanaian people said it was false, because as at that time Ghana had about 9 public universities. So how come 71,000 students were in 9 public universities in Ghana? It was not really feasible. So the rumor was shut down then as being fake, both in Nigeria and in Ghana. And some media outlets also said that the information is a rumor that do not have any basis or no facts, and they are false. Ghanaweb did not quote the source of where the information came from, and if you check Ghanaweb, you will realize that there is always a source whenever there is a news. However, on that particular news in 2011, there was no source. From 2011 up through this year, 2023, the propaganda that more than 71,000 Nigerian students are studying in Ghana was a rumor that was orchestrated, written and published by Ghanaweb before it started circulating round. Ghanaweb, on under 411 of Ghana. You heard from Ghana what the journalist in Nigeria did not hear. However, this rumor was shut down as being false. Let us fast forward to 2014. In 2014, a similar story came up again. However, this time it was out of agitation and a recap of what happened in 2011. So an agitation that arose in 2014 due to the death of the young Godwin Ayogo, a Nigerian student that went to school in Ghana that died. Okay, so I'll briefly tell you, in 2014, February, Godwin Ayogo, a 19-year-old 300 level student of Cape Coast University, Ghana, was found dead. He was declared missing after not showing up for lectures, and his friends went and reported to the police. After search and the rest of them, they found his body he was murdered, tied and dumped a few minutes from the campus. Now it generated a lot of conversations and there was agitation between Ghanaians and Nigerians. In fact, there was a heavy clash between the two nations. And Ghana authorities said that they are working on it and they will ensure that they unravel the mystery. Now, out of agitation and anger, Nigerian students entered Naira land and so many webs like the university web to rant and warn people from taking their children to Ghana, and they were like talking about the increasing number, that they even heard that there was a rumor a few years ago about the number of students in Ghana. And I think that was when the next one was published by a young Nigerian student when he was lamenting. That was when he cited the alleged statements made by the CBN governor in 2011. And even in the comment section, it was debunked. Now let us fast forward to 2023. That is 12 years later. It is surprising that a publisher in Citi News Rm will go back in time to 9 years ago to hijack a statement which was a recap of an old fake propaganda in 2011 from Ghanaweb, returned to the future in 2023, copied, pasted, and published such propaganda on the page of a big brand like Citi News Rm. This may be overlooked if you continue the same old style pattern. However, first, you quoted an alleged statement 12 years ago, which had already been debunked. Second, you accused the former CBN governor by claiming he made the statement during a public lecture in 2022, which did not happen. It was 12 years ago that the rumor and the accusation sprouted. Third, you tagged him in your propaganda. Fourth, you committed plagiarism because you just copied and pasted. You didn't recopy. You just carried someone's statement in 2014, brought from 2011, and you came to the present, copied and pasted it as your own. That is plagiarism. Few days after you published your story, GhanaEducation.org went to your platform, copied you, and pasted on their own platform. Aden, this shows that they believe in your content. It is now circulating. Do you think this is nice? Are you comfortable with this kind of art? Mombere. Ejokwam agwalelule nesi kankaku. Dear City Crew Ghana, mepachel. Your contents and delivery are amazing. Manefolonka odabaro. Do not allow the contents of an article published on your platform tarnish the good reputation you've worked so hard to build and maintain. If this is a mistake, kindly address it.